We've received quite a bit of interest in my free to be workshop, so to that effect, beneath this video is a link that will give you a description for the workshop, and we've also included a special discount. So if that's something you would be interested in, I would invite you to click that link, and I hope that you would find the course to be quite beneficial. Through my 40 plus years as a psychotherapist, I've heard lots of stories. One of the things that I eventually came to appreciate more and more as I would listen to the many stories that would come into my office is I appreciated people being willing to share with me some of their most intimate and innermost struggles and strains and the details of their life so that I could then join them in their efforts toward growth. I mean, what an honor it is for me to be invited into such an effort as that. These individuals have would come to my office because there were some very difficult people in their lives, whether it's people from their past or current, whether it's people inside their family or work setting or social life or organizations. And one of the things that we would eventually have to come to terms with is what we call they would have to individuate. Rather than getting caught in codependent dances with other individuals and playing off of whatever dysfunction they have to offer, they would have to learn, okay, I've got to be my own separate person. Narcissists, with their craving to be in control and their self-importance and dominance, don't want you to do that. But as people commit themselves to that growth and that actualization process, they learn to latch onto heartfelt messages that become a part of who they are, become central to what they are. And so what I want to do is I want to speak to you about some of the heartfelt messages that I've watched other individuals grab onto as they have gone deeper and deeper into their own growth. And I'm hoping the messages that I speak, and I'm going to speak them as if it were the person who's engaging with that narcissist, the more you hear me speak these messages, I'm hoping it can inspire you to say, I'm going to be committed to growth no matter what. If the narcissist is going to stay and be what they are, so be it. I've got better things to do with my life. For example, many of the individuals that I've worked with can eventually get to the point of saying to that narcissist, you've made it clear that you don't want to listen to me. I get it. You specialize in telling, you lecture, you interrupt, you invalidate, you talk over me, and you want me to simply go along and join your chorus. You know what I'm going to do though? I'm going to do a better job of listening. I'm going to listen to myself, and I'm going to move forward with my own inner good thoughts and directives guiding me. Additionally, I realize that condescension comes natural to you. You think that I'm lesser. You think that I don't know what I'm talking about, that I'm inferior, you're superior. You've reminded me of that many, many times over. You know what my response to that is going to be? I'm no one's inferior. I see myself as equal. I see myself as having a worth and value in its own right. And if that's something that you're not able to see, then you've lost out. In addition, you want me to feel intimidated by you. You want me to live in fear of your rejection or your retribution if I dare think and act and prioritize differently from you. I'm no longer going to live in fear. That's no way to go. And I'm not going to collapse under your threats. It's important for me to be me. And if that's something that you just want to take away from me, guess what? I'm not participating in that one either. You have a need to be special. So much so that you want to be the most important person in the room whenever and wherever you're around. That's fine, but I don't want you to do that at my expense. You see, I'm unique too, and I have a certain specialness about me. And we can both be that way, but if that's not something you're willing to share, I get it. Do you want people to prize you? Guess what? So do I. I have worth, and I like it when people see me that way. And if I have to lay down my worth in order to prop up your need for that extra special kind of treatment, count me out. You're constantly on the prowl for people who are going to stroke your fragile ego. You love to gather people around you who will say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and who will just do whatever you tell them to do because, well, it's you saying it. You're going to need to look elsewhere when it comes to me. You see, what you're asking for is enablers. And I don't want to be an enabler. I don't think I'm doing you any favor by trying to prop up that fragile ego of yours. That makes no sense. That's work that you need to do from your interior. And if you are unable to do that, so be it. I have no need to be your enabler. You absolutely have to be in control. And the more I grow and the more I mature, I realize that's not a good way to go. You want to call the shots. You constantly want to have the final word. You offer me advice that I didn't ask for. You have an agenda that you insist that other people are supposed to follow. That requires me to lay down my own initiatives and perspectives. And that makes no sense because, you see, I have a mind of my own. And I think that we can each pursue the things that we value and deem most appropriate. But I don't think that you know how to have a coordinated effort. I'm a free person. I'm going to make my decisions from here on out. You require loyalty from me. But I've learned through the years, it's not a two-way street. That doesn't work well for me. I like to live with individuals who offer mutual regard. I regard you. You regard me. We have a sense of commitment to each other. I've learned that that's not something that makes sense to you, but it does make sense to me. And I do have a very strong loyal streak. You know what I'm loyal to? I'm loyal to good character. I'm loyal to being a healthy person. So when you ask for loyalty, I'll be that kind of person. You're constantly trying to put me in a defensive posture. You'll ask me cornering questions. You make accusations. You say things about who I am and what I've done that are false. And you want me to give explanations that you'll turn around and shoot down. You're constantly trying to engage competitively in a game of offense, defense. I've decided that relationships don't need to be a competition. It's not a game. I don't want to go into the defensive posture, and I'm going to live with one very large notion in play there. And that is, why do I need to defend that which needs no defense? You wish to psychologically take down the people who are loyal to me and who esteem me. It can be my friends, other family members. It can be people at my place of work. It can be people in my social network. And I see how you criticize them, and I see how you want to ostracize me from them. I don't want to be isolated from those people. I like people who have good relational skills, and I like people who are going to treat me well, and they allow me to treat them well. I'm sticking with people who know how to love me and who allow me to love them. You use anger as a weapon, not for any constructive purpose. I understand that people can sometimes feel angry. Sometimes I do. But your anger is of the aggressive variety, and you're abrasive and you're harsh and forceful with it. Sometimes you use it in a silent punishing style. I find that to be game playing, and that is not going to work with me. And besides, I'm not at war with you. I'm willing to discuss the things that differ between you and me, but I'm not willing to go to blows. I'm committed to clean assertiveness, not debilitating arguments. From now on, my goal is psychological wholeness. I value decency. I'm going to be a conscientious person. I like to connect with people who connect with me. and who get it. I'm done with painful, non-productive gamesmanship. If you choose to adjust in the healthy direction, I'd be open. Although I'm going to let you know I need to have a very lengthy, consistent effort before I allow myself to let down my guard with you again. I stand for love. I want peace. I deserve to be treated well. I'm my own person. You don't define me. These are life lessons. These are heart messages that people that I've worked with have come to embrace. I'm hoping these are going to be lessons and messages that you can embrace. And if that narcissist is unimpressed, guess what? It becomes their loss. I want you to move forward in the goodness and decency that you're capable of and that you deserve to live in and you deserve to have reciprocated. Be your own person and be that person in a very proud way, in the very best sense of that word. I hope messages such as this will give you some good food for thought. I hope you hear my heart. Like I say, I consider it such an honor to be alongside with people who are trying to figure it out, and I know you are. If you haven't subscribed yet, I would encourage you to hit the subscribe button so we can have more videos coming your direction. If you need counseling, and I know some of you could use some counseling to help get some of these kind of issues unpacked, I would encourage you to do so. If you would prefer, we have a sponsor that we have a link below that allows for you to seek online counseling. It's become very popular, and I've received good feedback from people on that. And so if the need is there, I would encourage you to seek that. In addition, we have workshops, my free to be workshop, the brand new one that we have, This Is Me. It's about setting boundaries. We have my books and other resources below. I would encourage you to seek that out. I hope that you can be like the people that I've worked with in my counseling office who say, I'm ready for something different. I'm ready for something good. And I hope that you can be the chairperson of that committee that says, we're going to get you to a good place. And in doing so, it does indeed position you to be a person of calmness, contentment, and peace. I so want you to find your peace.